How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of whatchamacallit, it's career mode, and we're starting off a match versus QPR, and I'm literally recording this the second time because first time I forgot to turn my mic on, so that happened to me first time. I heard a lot of YouTubers do that. They have like special talent to not turn their mics off on actually in the like when they record, even though I have like bright green LED that like tells me. But what a sweaty goal was that by Fabio Quagliarella. Nice assist for Adrian though. The like green LED that like alerts me you have mic on, but that doesn't. Even though I'm in the dark, so I can clearly see that LED, but I just forget it. So hopefully I can be more enthusiastic, because in the first recording I was like, boom, what a mess. In the first recording I was like not really energized because I hadn't had my dinner yet, and I just came out of the football practice, which I dominated. Bam! Not really, but our team lost. Unfortunately, though we have our coach on the goal, so he's pretty shit on the goal. That's one thing that we lost. He got like 2 goals from 40 yards, and as Sertab left the game, or actually went offline, we score our second goal, and now he's back online. In the previous episode, if you watched it, make sure to do that. The transfer windows opens, and Nailin was the guy that was always like getting along in our videos when we scored. This time it's Sertab, making an appearance here, making an appearance there, and boom, Jibril Cissé. What a nice piece of play was that from QPR. And I immediately went to see the stats and look at that: 1 shot, 1 goal. 1 shot, 1 goal. What a stat was that for percentage, because I was so dominating the game that. And here, once again, Ji-Sung Park cannot finish that. Though my goalkeeper was an amazing keeper, he just made that absolute crazy save. It's probably not a lot of goalkeepers, but then we scored another goal. But unfortunately, Adrian was in the offside. Though was that a nice pass? He was like really deep in the offside. But yeah, if you know the feeling when I'm recording this, I'm recording at about almost a goal by Cisse. I'm recording this after the game Slovenia and Islandia, which Icelandic people actually won 2-1. Guifi Sigurdsson scored 2 goals for Islandia. Milivan Novakovic for us, and boom, 90-minute goal scripting, 3-1. End the game. Thank you very much for coming, QPR. We lost, unfortunately. We had some chances. Beautiful goal by Sigurdsson from the free kick. Though, I think we should at least get a 1-1 now. But now, with this loss, Slovenia is unable to qualify into the next World Cup, which is actually in Brazil, I think. So that is a bummer, but that is not FIFA, man. In FIFA, Slovenia is not that good. I would like to be an international manager in this FIFA. But anyways, that's it. The game ended, and the important informations about the market opened. Some players are interested in, some clubs are actually interested in our target, like John Guidetti. I think he's John. Oh my god. Did I butcher his name? I don't know what's his name. But then I rejected Arsenal because I don't want to be on their list. But then we start our search. We have John Guidetti. Actually, his name is John, and you can see the stats. High work rates. Ignore the stats and skill moves and freaking weak foot, because that is totally wrong by FIFA. When we have Andrea Poli, after I was recording this like 2 days ago. So Andrea Poli, I'm definitely going to buy. I'm going to buy El Sharawi and not Guidetti, because I just don't feel like playing with him. He's not too pacey, and I like to have like pacey strikers in career mode. I have Marco Verratti. He's also a great player, so I'm like considering Poli and Verratti, Sharawi, and if I have money for another one, or 2 strikers, probably 2 strikers and 1 midfielder. That would be great. But next is the match versus Man City. Toure and Nastasic were injured. Rami was playing instead of Company in the back, or maybe Lescott, I don't know. Also, Javi Garcia, Dzeko, Guidetti, and Özil were on the bench. So that is like good information for me, because as I will see in a couple of minutes, actually Hart goes back to Etihad to face their old club for like 3rd time in a row. in a row in like a couple of months. But yeah, as you see on the table, there are like 5 teams that were battling for first couple of spots. There were City, Liverpool, Villa, Chelsea, and United, and then Spurs just ahead of us. If we can pull up I mean, 3 match by freaking City, that would be amazing. And we're starting out strong. That just got was that Toure was cut off by Adrian with a nice Ronaldo chop. Unfortunately, didn't make a shot. He was like freaking doing some work, and then Quagliarella makes a great header, beating Kolarov. Actually, Kolarov plays for Serbia, and Serbia actually lost to Croatia, I think 2-0. So that is unfortunately, I was cheering for Serbia, but then immediately after I scored that goal, I switched back to 4-4-2 in the diamond formation, I think. So that went pretty much good, but a little dance by Aguero, whoever that was, and towards the post. Good for me. I mean, another mistake. Balotelli again shot, could not make it once again. Another save, and once again. Look at that. How Wesley Sneijder didn't put that in beats me. And also Rodwell. Rodwell had an amazing game, even though after this shot he went off because he injured himself, unfortunately. So I think who stepped it in? Ozil. Yeah, Ozil stepped it in for Rodwell. Rodwell is really potential in this game. But then a couple of minutes later, bad touch by our center back. Who was that? That's a long name. Probably Vlad was that, I think, because his name is like stretched out. Good shot by Milner or whoever that was, and then just a nice couple of seconds. But after the kickoff, I'm spitting this. As you see, some guy making approaches. I don't know if that's nailed in or set up, but here a nice back slash jab boom. Serdab, yeah, makes an appearance, and you know, this is the second appearance, a second goal for us, and I was so happy after this goal. That is just a couple of seconds, literally, after the goal, they scored a nice cut off by Adrian, and then he just finished that alone if there was no other in front of him. But a couple of minutes later, chopped by Johnson, sees Quagliarella in the seconds, and Quagliarella, did you imagine that? 2 goals from the header from Fabio Quagliarella, freaking 2 amazing goals, probably the same goals, same spot, and the first that was Kolarov, and the second that was Lescott, which actually tripped wherever did. So yeah, that is it for this episode. A little bit of Stoke City play in this episode. Make sure to, actually, when I was talking about Stoke, my friend Neil, if you remember him, he actually made a new channel. I know what his name is, some kind of Greek god. So I will put that link in the description so you can check that out. And Agbalahor actually injured himself in a couple of episodes back, and now he is kind of ready. And John Guidetti, they want 7.5 million for him, and actually now I think that was a dumb idea, because I'm never going to pay like John Guidetti 7.5 million. Fulham, you can have him maximus 5 million for me. But that is it for the episode of Career Mode. I hope you enjoyed this transfer window kind of. What can I say? In the next episode, we are going to do some trading with players. Cardiff is in the last spot. Cardiff, which actually is pretty good team, Swansea and Fulham. So that is it for this episode of Career Mode. Make sure to tune in for tomorrow for another episode, and new series coming up. Make sure to tune into that.